Liberia is a country located in West Africa on the Atlantic coast, bordering Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Côte d'Ivoire. It is a country often missed when talking about Africa, so we thought it would be fun to look at 10 cool facts about Liberia you probably didn't know. Let's go! Number 10. It was created for freed American slaves. The American Colonization Society founded Liberia in 1821 as a place for freed American and Caribbean slaves to relocate. More than 10,000 made the journey across the Atlantic, aided by the society until Liberia declared independence in 1847. Joseph Jenkins Roberts, a freed slave from Virginia, became the first president of this new country. On 26 July 1847, the settlers issued a Declaration of Independence and promulgated a constitution based on the political principles of the United States Constitution. It established the Independent Republic of Liberia. The United Kingdom was the first country to recognize Liberia's independence. Interestingly enough, the United States did not recognize Liberia until 1862, after the southern states, who had a lot of power in the American government, seceded from the Union to form the Confederacy. The leadership of the new nation consisted largely of the Americo-Liberians, who initially established political and economic dominance in the coastal areas that the ACS had purchased. They maintained relations with the United States contacts in developing these areas and the resulting trade. The passage of the 1865 Ports of Entry Act prohibited foreign commerce with the inland tribes, ostensibly to encourage the growth of civilized values, before such trade was allowed in the region. The recent history of Liberia has been far more torrid, starting with Samuel Doe's coup of 1980 and continuing with years of civil war and the despotic rule of Charles Taylor, which ended in 2003. The Ebola outbreak of 2014, now officially over, once again put its recovery on the back foot. At number 9, the average resident of Liberia is under 18 years of age. So, the average resident of Liberia could not even buy alcohol in many places in the United States, as it turns out. According to the CIA World Factbook, the average age of citizens is 17.9 years. By way of comparison, a typical resident of Monaco, the world's most elderly country, is 51.1 years. Number 8. The world's biggest cruise ships are registered here. The cruise industry is regularly accused of flying a flag of convenience by registering their ships in countries where employment laws are less stringent. All but one of NCL's ships are registered in the Bahamas. Carnival and MSC register theirs in Panama. Oceania Cruises in the Marshall Islands, and P&O Cruises in Bermuda. And Royal Caribbean International, which possesses the 3 largest cruise ships on the planet, is incorporated in, you guessed it, Liberia, along with 12% of the world's entire maritime fleet. Number 7. Most Liberians speak English. According to David Crystal's book, English as a Global Language, more than half the population in 45 countries, excluding the United Kingdom, speak good English. I'm not even sure that's good English. They include the Philippines, Denmark, Germany, the Netherlands, Singapore, Austria, Finland, Malaysia, Belgium, Greece, and even Liberia. Indeed, while more than 20 indigenous alternatives are spoken, it is the country's official language. This is no surprise, as many of the systems in place in the African country come from the United States, and that country was influenced heavily by its British colonial days. Number 6. Liberia is home to the cleanest cities in Africa. The World Health Organization, also known as the WHO for any owls who may be watching, tracks air quality at 1,622 urban locations in 92 countries. Pakistan's urban areas are, on average, the world's most polluted, followed by Qatar and Afghanistan. Europe's most polluted cities are found in Turkey, Bulgaria, and Serbia. Of the 92 countries to feature, Australia has the least polluted urban areas, followed by Brunei and New Zealand, while Liberia comes 10th, ahead of the likes of Spain, Japan, the United States, and the United Kingdom. That fact seems to lead directly into this next one. Number 5. Smokers in Liberia are few. Hey buddy, got a light? If you ask this question in Liberia, the answer you get back is quite likely to be no or sorry. Liberia is among the 20 countries on Earth that smoke the fewest cigarettes per capita, just 104 per adult per year. In comparison, Montenegro, where 4,124 cigarettes are smoked per adult per year, according to 2014 figures from the World Health Organization, is top of the pile, while Belarus, Macedonia, Russia, Slovenia, and Bosnia also make up the top 10. Number 4, you will find a creepy abandoned hotel in Liberia. The city of Monrovia, the capital of Liberia, was founded in 1822 by Black American settlers to this country and is named after James Monroe, the 5th President of the United States, who served from 1817 to 1825. Monroe is also known as one of the United States' founding fathers, as well as a signer of the Declaration of Independence. Monroe was a prominent supporter of the founding of Liberia. In the city, you will find what was once one of West Africa's most lavish hotels. Decor Palace was once popular with moneyed tourists visiting dignitaries and business people, but political uncertainty led to its closure in 1989. In the years since its unfortunate closure, the former five-star resort has since become a home to local squatters. As a side note of interest here, despite the fact that the United Nations has recognized 1,073 worldwide, there are absolutely no UNESCO World Heritage Sites located anywhere in the country of Liberia. Interestingly enough, that brings us to number 3 on our list. There's a spectacular national park in Liberia. Like many African countries, Liberia is not without its share of beautiful and amazing wildlife. One contender for UNESCO to look at might be Sapo National Park. Sapo National Park is the country's largest protected reserve and home to 125 types of mammal and 590 types of bird. Among the species found in Liberia live a number of threatened species, such as the pygmy hippopotamus and the African golden cat. You'll also find the African forest elephants, crocodiles, leopards, 7 species of monkey, and 3 species of pangolin, one of the weirdest looking animals you're likely to see anywhere in the world. Number 2, its airlines are banned from Europe. There are currently more than 100 airlines, most of which you probably haven't even heard of, banned from EU airspace, or facing operational restrictions as they don't meet safety or regulatory standards. These airlines include every airline from Afghanistan, Kyrgyzstan, Liberia, Mozambique, Sierra Leone, and Sudan. In practice, however, that doesn't mean much. Since Liberia Airways ceased operations in 2006, no airline has been registered here. Britons could once fly direct to the capital, Monrovia, with British Airways. Now they must go with Royal Air Maroc, stopping in Casablanca en route. As a result, on this limit of air travel, so few visit Liberia that neither the World Bank nor the United Nations World Tourism Organization, or UNWTO, have figures for foreign travels. Those who do make it are faced with a rather creaking infrastructure. Power shortage are common, facilities at tourist attractions rudimentary, the only proper hotels in the Western sense are clustered in the city of Monrovia, and roads often little more than dirt tracks. Apparently, tourism is such a foreign concept in Liberia that upon entering the country you might have a difficult time explaining to the immigration officials the actual purpose of your stay. If you tell them that you are there simply to travel, they may have a difficult time understanding. They're more likely to see religious visitors, missionaries, journalists than a simple tourist. Ironically, despite this fact, Liberia is a very good place to go if you love to surf. Several surfing beaches can be found in and around Monrovia, but the coastal town of Robertsport, around 50 miles from the capital, has been described as the greatest undiscovered surf spot in Africa, offering vast stretches of deserted beaches. But don't try to go to Liberia for surfing or any other purpose without first obtaining a visa to visit. Liberia requires visas from every country in the world, save a few surrounding its borders in Africa. We're almost to our number 1 fact, but before we get there, an interesting side note here is that Liberia was first African republic to proclaim its independence. This makes it Africa's first and oldest modern republic. It retained its independence during the scramble for Africa when European countries were racing to see who could colonize Africa the fastest. And now for that number one thing about Liberia you probably didn't know, the moment you've been waiting for. The government of Liberia is like a mirror of the United States government. As we alluded to at the beginning of this video, the government of Liberia, modeled on the government of the United States, is a unitary constitutional republic and representative democracy as established by the Constitution of Liberia. The government has three co-equal branches of government: the executive, headed by the president; the legislative, consisting of the bicameral legislature of Liberia; and the judicial, consisting of the Supreme Court and several lower courts. The President of Liberia serves as head of government, head of state, and commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia. Among the President's other duties are to sign or veto legislative bills, grant pardons, and appoint cabinet members, judges, and other public officials. Together with the Vice President, the President is elected to a 6-year term by majority vote in a 2-round system and can serve up to 2 terms in office. The legislature is composed of the Senate and the House of Representatives. The House, led by a Speaker, has 73 members apportioned among the 15 counties on the basis of the national census, with each county receiving a minimum of 2 members. Each House member represents an electoral district within a county as drawn by the National Elections Commission and is elected by a plurality of the popular vote of their district into a 6-year term. The Senate is made up of 2 senators from each country for a total of 30 senators. Senators serve 9-year terms and are elected at large by a plurality of the popular vote. The Vice President serves as the President of the Senate, with a President pro tempore serving in their absence. Liberia's highest judicial authority is the Supreme Court, made up of 5 members and headed by the Chief Justice of Liberia. Members are nominated to the court by the President and are confirmed by the Senate, serving until the age of 70. The judiciary is further divided into circuit and specialty courts, magistrate courts, and justices of the peace. The judicial system is a blend of common law based on Anglo-American law and customary law. An informal system of traditional courts still exists within the rural areas of the country, with trial by ordeal remaining common despite being officially outlawed. From 1877 to 1980, the government was dominated by the true Whig Party. Today, over 20 political parties are registered in the country, based largely around personalities and ethnic groups. Most parties suffer from poor organizational capacity. The 2005 elections marked the first time that the President's party did not gain a majority of seats in the legislature. Thanks for watching our list of the 10 coolest facts about Liberia you probably didn't know. If you did know any of them, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to give this video a like, and while you're at it, hit the subscribe button as well as the bell to be notified when Afropage releases a new video. And don't go anywhere, we have plenty more great videos like this one waiting for you. Here's one I picked out for you. I think you're gonna like it. Enjoy!